What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. Former box office king Bruce Willis, unfortunately, is fading fast in his battle with dementia. The die-hard star was diagnosed last year with aphasia, a language disorder that's frequently caused by neurological problems. Earlier this year, his family went public with a definitive dementia diagnosis of frontotemporal dementia, stating that Bruce Willis would continue to face, quote, challenges with communication as the neurodegenerative disorder progressed. It's now been confirmed that the dementia has now rendered Bruce Willis virtually unable to communicate. Longtime friend and moonlighting creator Glenn Gordon Caron recently spoke to the New York Post about Willis's health regression over the last few months, referring to the die-hard standout as incommunicative. Caron shared that he was able to speak with the former actor about Moonlighting, a hit television series that he did with Bruce Willis did with Sybil Shepherd back in the 1980s, being added to Hulu before the disease took a turn for the worse. I was able to communicate with him before the disease rendered him as incommunicative as he is now, about hoping to get the show back in front of people. I know he's really happy that the show is going to be able to be available for people, even though he can't tell me that. When I got to spend time with him, we talked about it, and I know that he's excited. The producer mentioned that he visits Willis and his family every so often, despite how hard it is to witness someone with so much joy and passion for living now, quote, see life through a screen door. My sense is the first 1 to 3 minutes he knows who I am. He's not totally verbal. He used to be a voracious reader. He didn't want anyone to know that. And he's not reading now. All those language skills are no longer available to him, and yet he's still Bruce. There's currently no treatment available for frontotemporal dementia. I hated to look this up. I really hated to look this up, but I looked to see what the ultimate life expectancy is for people that have this issue, and unfortunately, and I say unfortunately for the victim, they can live with it for years. I'm looking at symptoms of frontotemporal dementia. Behavior and or dramatic personality changes such as swearing, stealing, increased interest in sex, or deterioration in personal hygiene habits. Socially inappropriate, impulsive, or repetitive behaviors, impaired judgment, apathy, lack of empathy, decreased self-awareness, loss of interest in normal daily activities, emotional withdrawal from others, loss of energy and motivation, inability to use or understand language. This may include difficulty naming objects, expressing words, or understanding the meaning of words, hesitation when speaking, less frequent speech, distractibility, trouble planning and organizing, frequent mood changes, agitation, increasing dependence. Some people have physical symptoms such as tremors, muscle spasms or weakness, rigidity, poor coordination and or balance, or difficulty swallowing. Psychiatric symptoms such as hallucinations or delusions also may occur, although these are not as common as behavioral and language changes. Frontotemporal dementia is not life-threatening. People may live with it for years, but it can lead to an increased risk for other illnesses that can be more serious. Pneumonia is the most common cause of death with people that have frontotemporal dementia. People are also at increased risk for infections and fall-related injuries. As it progressively worsens, people may engage in dangerous behaviors or be unable to care for themselves. They may need 24-hour nursing care or to stay in an assisted living facility or nursing home. So this is why I said, unfortunately, Bruce Willis could live another 20 years. And I say unfortunately because this seems like it could be potentially worse than Alzheimer's, because at least we know most people with Alzheimer's are already older, and unfortunately, even though it's still a burden on the family, they may not be here for that much longer to deal with it. I know this sounds terrible to say, unfortunately, but a person that is afflicted with Alzheimer's does not want to have to deal with that. You know what I mean? Also, I know some people with Alzheimer's stay functional a lot longer, like Tony Bennett did. This seems like it's progressing very rapidly. And, unfortunately, he's going to get worse and worse and worse. And then he still may live to be 90 years old, where the last 20-something years of his life, he's in a state like this. This is terrible. It's terrible. This is horrible. I mean, thank goodness he has his family there, you know what I mean? But this is a terrible, terrible fate to have, man. So what you guys think, man?